to the channel and welcome back again to the Highlands of Scotland. I thought I'd take the chance while we're up here to take you a bit of a drive along one of my all-time favourite roads anywhere in the world, and that's the A894. We're not actually on the A894 at the moment. I want to start the journey here just a little bit further south on the A837, which leads along the shore of Loch Assynt, or Assynt. Past the remains of the castle, whose name I can't quite remember at the moment. I'll put it in the description below. But this particular road we're going to go along forms part of the North Coast 500. So anybody doing that route will drive either in one direction or the other along the A894. I recommend you do it in this direction, that's south to north. I just think it's one of the most spectacular roads anywhere in the world really, but definitely in Scotland. Probably the nicest part of the North Coast 500 route as well. And I'll be sticking some drone shots in of the road as well, so you can get an idea what it looks like, the kind of scenery that it drives through. So I'm going to turn off the A837 now. I'm going to turn right onto the A894. I don't think I'm going to commentate for long. I think I'll just let the road speak for itself. Let's go and have a drive. First part of the road rises up quickly onto the moorland area up above Loch Assynt. All those spectacular mountains in the background. Start dropping down off the sort of high moorland area. It's quite windy up here. This road really starts to reveal itself. There's a little viewpoint on the right just after this left-hander with a really spectacular view right across Assynt, northwest Sutherland, out towards the coast as well. Look at that. Down into Unapool now, alongside the shores of Loch Gleann. We're a couple of miles now from Kylesku, which is probably the most famous part of this road. You'll have seen it in all the car magazines. All the motoring programmes at some point have come filming up on this road. This is the drop down to the bridge at Kylesku. Actually, the bridge is very spectacular. It's very picturesque. It's not quite the best driving part of the road. Just immediately after the bridge, if you're heading north, there's a little set of bends. There's a series of about 4 or 5 lefts and rights. And for me, that's one of the most enjoyable parts of the road to drive. And you very rarely see this on the motoring programme, so I'll share it with you. That's the bridge. And now have a look at this next series of left and rights. I love this little section of road here. It's been engineered to connect a series of little islands together. There's causeways, there's little bridges. But all of these bends are constant radius. The road is super elevated, so the camber helps you in both directions. The surface is really quite good at this point of the road as well. fast enough to make you want to turn around and do them again, isn't it? Not much more than a mile further north from the bridge, there's another spectacular little piece of road here where it drops down over a causeway or a little river and loch and then climbs back up the other side again. Have a look at this. Drops into Scourie, which is probably the last village, if you like, where you might find a shop or a bit of petrol before you reach the very north coast of Scotland. From here it's about 25 miles up to Durness on the very north coast, but we're just going to continue up to Reconic. I'm sure I'm pronouncing all these names wrong. Once we've gone through Scourie, this last section of road has a really fast sweeping nature to it. It's quite a modern road really, this one. The surface is starting to get a little bit worse. It's certainly worse than it was when we first started coming up here 5 or 6 years ago. It's a little bit more uneven in places, starting to break up a little bit, but it's still not bad. The other joy of driving on these roads is there is very little traffic, if any. And when you do come up behind something a bit slower, well, it doesn't take long to find an overtaking spot. A894 up from Loch Assynt through to Reconic. We're going to turn off here down towards Kinloch Burby. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give us a subscribe. Press the notification button, you'll get an email every time I upload a new video. But for now, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.